Hello again. Today's question, should I ask my decorator for a quote or an estimate? Well, let me explain the difference. It's sort of like a bit of a misconception. Not a lot of people know the difference between a quote and an estimate. Now, my understanding is an estimate is exactly that. It's just a rough guide to tell you how much something's going to cost you. It could be more. I'm going to say it could be less. It may be less, but probably, you know what life's like, it's probably going to be more. However, a quotation or a quote is a fixed price that someone is giving you. Sorry, that's a train. It's given you, and you should, at the end of the day, pay no more or any less than what you've been given. So they've quoted for the whole job, and that price is the final price you should pay. So I hear a lot of decorators say, oh, no, I can't give out quotations. There's so many variables in decorating and something could go wrong. Now, I understand something could go wrong, but most people are reasonable. Years ago, I had a problem. I was doing some wallpapering, I blew some plaster, and a whole wall needed replastering. And we come to an agreement with the customer. Although saying that, I did another job and it went a completely other way. But most people are reasonable and they'll understand that it's not down to you. We give out quotes. Never had a problem. Well, never had a problem until last week. Went to price a job. Gave the customer a quote, not an estimate, a quote. So they knew at the end of the day exactly what they'd pay when the job was finished. However, for a number of reasons, mainly all ours, we use a product that we don't normally use, crown paints. Don't even get me started on that. So, crown paints, and we were using a cream colour over a blue wall, which we thought would cover. In fact, we used crown, and it took us 4 coats to cover. So, like I say, this is why we stick to the product we know. In my previous video, we talk about getting customers to buy paints. That's why we don't let customers choose the paints we use. I went against everything we normally do, and it went wrong. So, really, if you stick to a process and you stick to what you know, there's no reason why you can't give a customer a quote. It's better for the customer because they know what they're going to pay at the end of the day. You go in at £600, they pay £600. And what you've got to be aware of is that some decorators or tradesmen will go in cheaper and then find the extra bits to add on the price. And you may even end up paying more than you would for a quote. So be aware, if you're going to go for an estimate, find out what the estimate covers before you start and then compare it to maybe someone that's give you a quote. And like I say, most decorators should be able to give you a quote. There's not a lot, really, that can go wrong with decorating. If you're experienced, you've got a few years under your belt, you know the major problems you come up with. So really, if someone, ask for a quote. If there's ums and ahs and they want to give you an estimate, that would be a red flag for me. So I'd be thinking, well, why can't you give me, a quote? I mean, there are circumstances that may warrant an estimate. Like I say, sometimes stripping wallpaper, especially wood chip, that's a bit of a nightmare because you don't know what's under the wood chip. In the 80s, people put up wood chip to cover a multitude of sins. So yeah, you've got to be a bit sensible. But anyway, I hope that helping. I hope that helps. Any problems? Don't want problems. Any comments? Leave them down below. Why do I always get excited at the end of the bit I'm doing? I was doing quite all right up until the end, and it all goes to pot. Anyway, anything you want to know, leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer. Anyway, till the next video. Oh yeah, if you got a video idea, leave it down below. That'll help as well. Anyway, I'm sat here waiting for Ryan to turn up for work, so I thought I'd do a quick video. But anyway, speak to you soon.